Hello and welcome back to the DeLorean 5510 project. First, I'm going to start off by showing you some of the stuff. I think I've already highlighted this in another video. As the brake calipers there, and these are the rear brake calipers with the parking brake attached. Also sitting here is the exhaust crossover pipe with the O2 sensor installed. That was done last week or so. Also down here is the transmission. So the transmission is now ready to go back up and connect to the engine. The only thing I'm waiting on really is there is a bracket that goes over on this side and on that side to mount the engine into the car, and I don't have the bolts for those brackets, so I'm waiting on those, and as soon as I get them I can put the engine in. Moving back to the engine sitting over here. So I've got this here is for the dipstick tube and diagnostic port, so I worked on this. I got this this bracket here so you can put the engine on a hoist, which is necessary to be able to take it off of the engine stand and connect the transmission to it. Here you can also see that the exhaust manifolds are connected up, and they're all bolted down and torqued and everything else. And everything is just basically ready to go on here. I've also replaced all of these tubes that are for the water heater core line coming out of here. So here's where it feeds from. This little vacuum tube basically enables and disables, turns on and off this valve here, and then there is the return line. You can kind of see into the valley there. So those things I mostly did about a week ago, and so now let's move over to the stuff that I've been doing past few days. So as you can see, I have the trailing arm, or radius arm, and the suspension over here is there. I've got, take a seat here. So this is the upper link, this is the lower link, this is the trailing arm, this is the hub carrier, and the hub carrier, so it got sandblasted and powder coated along with all of these other components here, and as you can see, it didn't really come out very well. I'm not super happy with it. Like, it's really blistery. It looks like a teenager's face. So it doesn't really look that good, and it's kind of disappointing that it came out like that. But, you know, I figure no one's going to see it anyway, so not super important. The suspension here, this is the coilover for the rear, and it's just kind of flopping around here. I am missing the bracket that actually connects the top here to this hole, so that should be here in a couple of days from DeLorean Industries. And yeah, there's a brand new wheel bearing inside of here, and as you can see, it spins very nicely, so I'm super happy about that. Moving back here, so this is just kind of mocked up. It's just hand tightened down because I'm actually missing, there's a bracket that goes along here as well, and I don't have that reinforcing bracket. It's also supposed to be here in the next couple of days. I do have one of these Inconel trailing arm bolts. I got them from Toby, but they are not Toby tabs anymore because he doesn't manufacture them, but it's basically the same thing. Then let's move over. You'll see just like a lot of parts just sort of laying around right now. I got them back from the powder coater. It's like this came back from the powder coater, and as you can see, like, everything else looks pretty good. So I'm really surprised that the one other part didn't turn out very well. And I might do a review of my experience with them because I'm not super happy with how that went down. But anyway, as you can see, the green thing in there is the fuel accumulator. So all of this is now installed permanently. The fuel lines are all installed, and they go back to the fuel filter there, and that's all permanently done and ready to be connected up to the engine. You also just saw a little bit of a peek here. These are the transmission mounts. Those are installed, torqued down, ready to go on both sides. And let's move up to the front. So the last time, I'm not sure if I actually even showed this on camera, but the radiator was just sort of temporarily put in place because I didn't have the brackets, and so now obviously I do have the brackets. They came back from the powder coater, so so this is permanently mounted up here now, and I've been trying to get all of the pipes set up correctly, and they're not quite fitting. They don't really fit under the fuel tank as well as I would like them to. So yeah, having some trouble with it, but so that's one of my things I've been working on. And of course, I just kind of glossed over that. Yeah, the suspension components up front. So I've got the lower control arm and the stabilizing braces. So those were on last time, but now I have the knuckle. Not quite sure what you call it, but yeah, basically the knuckle. And this side has the angle drive, so that's where your speedometer sensor is. That is your speedometer sensor. Dust shield and lower ball joint is in there. And yeah, this is the brake bracket. So this is where the brake line sits here. And this is all mostly, these parts are just mocked up because I'm not quite ready to put everything on just yet. But yeah, those are working great. I can turn the steering wheel, and as you can see, it actually does turn the wheel, or turn the wheels. The alignment is completely out of whack, but yeah, those are there. And actually, let's come back over here. You can see this side, all the same here. I think I just kind of walked by it, but here are the brake rotors for the front. Yeah, so I'm just not quite ready to put those on. Actually, I tried to slip them on. They're supposed to just slip over onto the spindle, and they don't. So I don't really know why that is. So I think I'm just going to press them on instead and just, yeah, and deal with that. And then over here, these are the upper control arms. And you'll notice there's no bushings in those. So I had the bushings taken out. And I actually completely forgot to buy replacement bushings. So those are on the way, and they'll be here in a couple of days. The upper ball joint, though, is there, and they're installed and looking good. I've also got, let's see what else is in here. A box of toys. These are the bolts that go through the upper control arm there, and they've got all the hardware on it pretty much just ready to go. So yeah, so that's the latest update for today, or for this week. It really is coming along. Here in, oh yeah, there's actually something else down there, that guy. So I don't have the other side of the car mocked up yet. Parts are just kind of laying there, and the reason is because I don't have the lower control arm or control link bushings. I just completely forgot to order those. I got 4 of them instead of 6 like I needed, and yep, whoops. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. It's coming along. I think here in the next couple of weeks, I will be able to have everything on the car and hopefully ready to have the body put back on, and should be starting and back on the road here in just a couple short weeks. So yeah, feel free, leave a comment, ask some questions. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.